Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
Does all this social media knowledge, strategies, and skills from this podcast really matter if you don't use video? The truth is, any presence is better than no presence, but without video, you're really limiting your growth. It's no secret that video is the future of all media. It's where all consumers gravitate, so executing at a higher level than your industry peers is an absolute necessity to create differentiation. You can hire a full-time videographer, but is that really sustainable? The answer is no for many, which is why it is critical that you adopt and learn video skills to allow you to create video that will stand out. Having camera presence, knowing what equipment to use and how to use it, proper lighting, video editing, music and voiceovers, scripting, and many other topics are the reason why Business Video School was created. To teach you how to develop these skills quickly and easily with over-the-top support along the way so that you never feel lost. The Business Video School is a comprehensive video education platform that delivers all of this training, but also creates actual video recipes with instructions and scripts for you to execute relevant content weekly with all of the skills you learn. And it doesn't stop there. Regular video challenges, weekly Q&As, a real estate video roadmap, a community of people learning and experimenting with video, and so much more. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Why wouldn't you join the Business Video School today? Go to www.bizvideoschool.com/open-house and register for the next open house where you'll learn more and get a chance to hear from current students and even ask them questions. That's bizvideoschool.com. Check it out. Social Genius podcast listeners, thanks for listening. First of all, we wanted to share 2 daily shots with recent social media updates about Twitter and TikTok that are relevant to business owners trying to identify if you should invest your time and money in these platforms. You're going to love this episode, so let's get started.
Facebook and Twitter verified. Should we be paying for this stuff or what?
If you want my opinion, I'm going to say yes, wherever you are spending time. If you're not spending time somewhere, then don't bother. The blue check mark so here's the deal. The blue check mark has lost all of its luster. And I would even argue it never had a whole hell of a lot of luster, because you and I both know that the purpose of the original blue check mark was basically for famous people to verify and validate who they were. If you weren't famous, you essentially had to either apply for it, which very few got through, or pay for it. And you and I both know that there's a lot of people out there that just paid for it.
I mean, yeah, we saw it. So it was interesting. It was interesting to see that. On that note, though, the verification only available in New Zealand and the United States. And people have asked us, like, what does it include? So I thought I'd just showcase the Facebook page itself, introducing Meta Verified. Here it is. And I know, Jeff, you can't see my page, but I'm showing where people would go. It's about.meta.com. And we'll put up the link here so you can have it. But you can get verified. Here's what it includes. Verification, it says help your community know it's the real you with a verified badge, because as you grow on social, people make fake accounts and then they try to rip off your friends or your fans, or if you have a large following, your following, for different things, for credit, from credit cards or gift cards, or even Bitcoin, right? Proactive account protection, get protection from impersonation, which is what we're talking about. That also helps because they actually help you with it. Direct account support, which is my favorite, hands down. And then exclusive features. I don't know that I've seen the exclusive features, Jeff, but here, according to what it says, is get exclusive stickers on Facebook and Instagram stories and Facebook Reels, and 100 stars a month on Facebook, so you can show your support to other creators. I haven't seen that, but that's probably there. I haven't been actively looking. With that, though, what are your first thoughts from hearing what they have to offer? Anything else you think they should add? Is it worth it now that I'm reading it to you, or what?
Well, I think the one thing that was left out and that we don't know about, actually, they pulled it back, was they said it was going to come with increased reach, and then they changed their mind. I believe that is going to be a part of this in the grand scheme of things.
Hmm.
I firmly believe they will reward the users and the creators that pay them money, that feed their
Yeah,
wallets. I
I
mean,
agree.
and it's like we were just talking about on a previous episode. If you paid more money to come to SocialCon, you're a VIP. You got more stuff. You got more access, right? It's the way the world works. It's simple. It's simple
Jeff,
commerce.
would you pay $59 for more reach for like a different color check mark?
Yeah,
I would too. Not, I
yeah.
wouldn't even think about it. Here's the thing,
Well,
though. Go ahead.
good. No, you go first.
All right. Remember when Elon Musk came up with the whole idea of, hey, pay to get a blue check mark to make sure that you're real? And we know that Facebook is amazing at copying other things that seem to be successful. And so when everyone was laughing at Elon, Facebook was actually paying attention and saying, wow, I think we found a solution to all of the revenue that we just lost with marketers going to TikTok. And it's true. I mean, look, also, Jeff, I don't know that you knew this because I just saw this for the first time earlier today. But check out what Twitter's doing. Twitter Blue, which is the one that I've got. I don't know if you're paying for it. I'm paying for it. Costs $8 per month and is designed for individuals through brands can also sign up for programs, at least on this stage. Now check this out. Verification for organizations, which I've already seen. Gold checkmark. It's aimed at bigger brands to ensure brand recognition and reputation for the app. And then look at the bottom one, verification for government, gray check mark, only available to government affiliated accounts. Interesting. I thought that was an interesting take. Do you think, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but now that you've seen it, do you think this is something that Facebook now takes and expands on and saying, hey, blue check mark for everyone that's paying, but if you're going back to where they were before, if you're a celebrity, right? Maybe you want a gold check mark. Maybe you want a purple check mark. Maybe you want to color the check mark whatever you want, but we're going to charge you double. I don't know. It's just that this is such a great idea on bringing in revenue. I think there's a lot to it.
I think they should just do an increased cost for more. Oh, actually, I don't want to say this too out loud, but I think they should do more increased cost for more reach. It's no different than basically paying to boost, and that's kind of why you do it. Again, that's what part of the reason why I'm doing it. I will go back to your first question, and that is, do I think this is worth it? And
Mm-hmm.
my first answer was depends on the platform, how much time you spend on it, but it also depends on how serious you take creation. If
Mm.
you're a passive social media user, you're mainly a consumer, then no, you don't need this. It means nothing. But if you're somebody who's using social, if you're in our circle, you're clearly trying to use social for more than being a consumer. And so then for those people, I'd say yes. I think if maybe it'll create increased accountability for yourself too. You know, like if you're not a consistent creator and you want to become a consistent creator, well, now if you see a charge on your credit card every month, maybe that'll be a kick in the ass you needed to start posting more often.
Dude, I love where your brain is because now, and look, I don't always agree with what Elon Musk says, but check this out. I think this is pretty harsh, but pretty awesome at the same time. Ready?
Yeah,
I'm going to read it to you because you can't see it. So it says, as noted, this is a new article too. As noted, as of this weekend, Twitter is going to start removing legacy blue check marks in the app. So if you or your business has a blue tick and you want to keep it, you'll have to pay $8. That's sick. Wait, it's not over. Check this out. The immediate impact will be that for the next week, the only check marks left in the app will belong to paying subscriber accounts. But in 2 weeks, this is the best part, the expanded shift will see only tweets from accounts with a check mark appearing in your For You feed recommendation. That's That's harsh and awesome because I'm paying $8. Who cares?
Wow.
Now that's the stuff I'm waiting for Facebook. Like, look, pay us and we'll show it to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
I like it too.
I like it.
YouTube, though, on the other hand, YouTube, you need 100,000 subscribers or followers to be able to get the check mark. You know, they're on a whole different level, though, right?
I like that too. I think that's probably the way it should be.
I agree with you there. Like, if you earned it, if you have followers, then you should get a check mark, right? And we'll protect your check mark because you do have a voice. There's a lot of ways we can go here, but we know that at the end, these companies want to make money. And this is one way that they're shifting to make more money on, man. But look, the other piece to this is that I don't like what's happening with TikTok, whether you like TikTok or not, whether you agree that it's safe or not. I just don't agree with how it's being handled, where the government is telling us what app we can or can't use. It's very reminiscent to me of the government telling me what book I can or can't read or even buy. So what do you think of that, man?
Well, I mean, I shared a remix this morning from a video from an interview, and Tulsi Gabbard.
I'm trying to find it right now so we can
I'll
show
send
it.
it to you. It's former Hawaii Congresswoman. I will. Here's the deal.
I got
send it
it.
to you on. You got it. Okay, perfect.
I got it. I'm going to bring it up.
And they're talking about this Restrict Act. So if you're not paying attention, or you're living in that world where all you see is anti-TikTok sentiment, and you've heard Tristan and I make our own speculation over the last couple of years, it's a lot of what we've been saying is coming to fruition. Like a lot of what we believed was true. And actually the crazier part is, and this one really drives it home today, is that this is not about, Meta trying to suppress TikTok. This is now about the government. And it's, to me, it's massively hypocritical what we're learning, that they're trying to this Restrict Act. When you look deep into it, it's funny, Tristan, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Joe Rogan shared this. Some people that have had an anti-TikTok sentiment are sharing this, and if you really look at it, it's those are the people that were saying get rid of TikTok because it's scary. Then when you actually look at the Restrict Act, it's like everything that you said, the reason why TikTok is scary is exactly what our government is trying to do, and a la China, right? It just seems like they're trying to ultimately control what we can or cannot do. And I'll tell you what, that's scary.
Yeah, man. It's crazy that social media is here, right? Like this is the way we communicate and share ideas, and now we're to the point where governments are fighting over this and saying, "Hey, you actually can't use that because we don't want you to, because we think it might be a threat, whether it is or not." The fact that they're telling us what we can or can't use is interesting to me. But this is great, man. I love how social media pushes, and tech in general pushes the boundaries. So we have to rethink our laws and rethink how we function with each other. So I also showed your video. I didn't turn up the volume, but for those of you watching or hearing this, go to Jeff's account on Instagram. You can take a look at it. He's pointing up at a news, not an article, a news video from, is it CNN or Fox? It's Fox. So
Like Fox. Yeah, and set that aside, because this is not me. This actually one of my followers shared this with me.
this is so good.
I don't choose a side or follow a certain news source, but yeah, it's well, and I don't know if you watch too, at the end, they mention a certain politician who even signed off on the bill without even fully understanding or knowing what they were signing off on.
I mean, is it a surprise after what happened with Congress? Actually, every time any
No.
tech company goes to Congress, we're really like, are these people really leading us? They don't fully understand the internet, and they don't fully understand social media or technology. And these people are the ones that are making laws to expand on this or take away rights when they don't understand. That's the crazy part to me, man.
Well, they are using these platforms, the mediums that they condemn, to brainwash us. How fucking hypocritical is that? How backwards is that?
Yeah.
You know, and they're playing stupid. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, and this politician, I can't remember the person's name, but they signed off on this. I'll tell you why they signed off on it, because they probably thought it was to ban TikTok, but they didn't actually dig into it and read about it and realize what this was actually all about. Politicians are crooked and brilliant all in the same right. And you know, hey, everybody bitches about politicians because they control what goes on in this world. Well, become a politician then and get the control.
Dude, that's so true. I'm trying to, once I'm done here, I'll share the link. I'll go back to where we're playing it live, and I'll share Jeff's video, and then I'll also share where to get verified if you want to get verified. Jeff, it's always interesting where social media goes, man. Very cool.
Indeed.
All right, everybody, that's all we got.
Have I mentioned recently that our government is insanely hypocritical? Well, I've got some more news today to share with you that is going to drive home that point. Check out this headline. White House recruits TikTok influencers to reach young voters with key messages. The White House, the Biden administration, recruits TikTok influencers to reach young voters with key messaging. Now, let's go through this together here, and then I will weigh in my thoughts. As they continue to weigh a potential ban of TikTok, we're going to use the app. I mean, can that get any more hypocritical? Biden's digital strategy team will connect with influencers across the nation to target those who may not follow the White House or Democratic Party on social media, or who have tuned out mainstream media altogether. Hello? How long have we been saying that? That nobody's paying attention to real news anymore because it is completely jaded. It has an agenda of gaining, more followers or getting more views. Let me take you back here. We lost our feed here for a second. 4 Biden digital staffers are focused on influencers and independent content creators. These staffers, they work for the White House, not Biden's campaign. Their goal is reaching young and suburban voters. That has become a priority. This is insanity to me. Biden's team is aiming to work with influencers in regional communities, blah, 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 TikTok, Instagram. Yet Biden's team is close to signing a bill that would outlaw TikTok and TikTok. How does this get any more hip? How do they not even think for a second that this is not insanely hypocritical? I have absolutely no idea. And that's basically what this article is talking about. And it's an interesting, like here it is even says, it's interesting comment on the current media landscape with the Chinese-owned platform viewed as a potential vector for foreign influence now is also considered an important platform for connecting with prospective voters. Well, no shit. Duh. Like, they're just now realizing this. You do understand why Trump got into the office the first time. It was because of social media. You understand that, right? And you understand why Trump's popularity is gaining, even though he was basically, quote unquote, sent to jail. Now, I know he wasn't actually sent to jail, but you get the point, because of his influence on social media. And this Biden administration is just now realizing that. It does say, does it lessen the likelihood of a possible ban? Probably not. I tend to disagree. I think that the whole TikTok chief standing in front of the Senate was made out to be an absolute joke. The media coverage, the publicity that they received from this was massively negative. It made politicians look like idiots, that they have no clue how all of this actually works. And this is even more idiotic, that now you've got the current administration, the one threatening the ban of TikTok, is now basically saying, oh, but I want to use it first, which goes back to the previous episode where we were talking about the Restrict Act, that if you haven't looked into this, you will quickly understand that the motive the public motive has been we need to ban TikTok, but the real motive is actually to gain control over what we can see, to gain data. You know, all the things that we have been condemning China for doing, our government is now trying to put into place with the Restrict Act. If you now look up the word hypocrisy in the dictionary, it should have the US government next to it. That should be the one simple answer to what the word hypocrisy actually means. This is an absolute joke. But here's the bigger message here. That's this, setting the joke aside, that's just laughable and just kind of further validates all of the points we've been making. The bigger point here is that the Biden administration, whether you're for or against, it doesn't matter. The Biden administration, they clearly are slightly out of touch with mainstream media. They've figured out that Instagram and TikTok are powerful mediums to market themselves. That's what they're doing, marketing themselves. So if you are still sitting on the sidelines, making all of the objections and excuses in the world, and now the administration is finally figuring out that, oh shit, we better jump on board here. This is really powerful. If we want to have any chance against somebody like Trump, we better start gaining some influence. And you know what's even funnier is, I will bet you, this will never come out, but I will bet you that these people that are going to be basically campaigning with their influence on social media are being paid to do so. You better freaking believe it. This is just, again, hypocrisy at the freaking 10 millionth degree. I actually love this. It's so validating. Tristan and I are patting ourselves on the back when we saw this article yesterday and saying, man, we told you so. Hey, old Joey B, you should have hired us about 2 or 3 years ago, and we could have helped your cause quite a bit. Great job, Biden administration. I'm glad that you're finally getting on board. I hope this inspires more of you to finally get on board. Also, to look past what's actually been going on and realize it's all a bunch of BS. Put your damn blinders on to the bullshit that you're watching in the news. Follow Drunk on Social, because we're going to give it to you straight. We are digging deep on what's actually happening. We have no political agenda. We have no agenda whatsoever. We just simply want to be the aggregators of what is happening in the social media landscape so you can use it to improve and grow your business. That's all I got today. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes, and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.